Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play 13. I'm Dave, you may call me Lowdown Joe. We are deep in the Sanctuary. It actually sounds a little creepy. That's why this place actually does start out a little creepy just for the background noises, but then that seems to disappear for some reason, which is actually a little sad. They could have done something with that, but could have made it, I don't know, kind of feel like that maybe this place is actually haunted, but even though, well...
Know who I'm talking about?
That one just fit.
No. You know. The one who always talks about his boat. He went on for 3 hours about caulking techniques the other day. That guy.
Oh, right. Isn't he on the outdoor team tonight?
Yeah, him. You know how much he made working protection for Judge Allenby?
How much?
I don't know. That's why I was asking you.
I don't know. You can never get a word in edgewise with that guy.
Bastard's always landing the best gigs.
Have I mentioned I love the idle conversations that all the little goons have? I mean, it's nice. Even if they're not about anything particular, even if they're mostly Seinfeldian in nature. I can't believe that TV Tropes actually has that as a trope, Seinfeldian conversation. I guess Seinfeld was kind of pining for its time, I guess. But yeah, I'm just gonna mostly be abusing these knives since, well, I have 30 of them. Seriously, it's kind of getting a little insane how many knives I have right now, so I actually end up just trying to throw away as many as I can, you know, just in case they don't let me carry anything over into the next stage. And by the way, if you hadn't noticed, our health from if you hadn't noticed last episode, our health that we had at the end of the episode before that carried into this episode, and that carries into one from the end of that episode carried into this one, so we had a whole thing going there, and yeah, I guess for stealth missions it probably shouldn't matter too much, but you know, it's a nice touch that they let that carry over sometimes, I guess depending on the stage, they do it where appropriate. It gives it a bit of a feeling of continuity. It's not like Half-Life 2, where there might be a loading screen, but there is absolutely nothing separating the current stage, the current area from the next area. I mean, they do that with this very smooth transition. This one, I guess, you know, considering the comic book motif and the objective gameplay, it's not perfectly reasonable to do that, but you know, but considering Half-Life 2 came out after this, I think I can give this a pass for that. I mean, you know, it does seem kind of weird how we don't have that many shooters that work more off Half-Life than anything. You know, but I do have to say, there'll be a lot more moments like that where we'll end up having to set off a guard in order to sneak past them all. So yeah, we're gonna need to be doing some swinging real quick. Honestly, there's a hook right above us that'll take us right where we need to go, so take out the grappling hook. Actually, that's if you just want to progress. I could do that, but I actually want to explore it a little bit. That's why I was just looking around first. That's why I ignored the game highlighting that particular hook, because I wanted to look around. I wanted to see. They probably hide. They do at least sometimes hide good stuff in like little off-area alcoves and hidden areas. Albeit that they seem to have forgotten to do a lot of that lately. But yeah. So take out the grappling hook, and if you want to progress, that's the ledge. The ledge I'm facing is the one you want to go to. At least if it would be if I could, you know, land on there. I suck at these games. I swear. I don't know why I'm doing the Let's Play of this one. It's a fun game, though. I enjoy it. I can understand it maybe not being for everyone. I mean, I look at first-person shooter crowd nowadays, and it's just, I see nothing but Halo and Call of Duty. And figured, and I keep hearing Vanquish was actually such a good idea, was such a good game.
Are they still
Picked it up.
No, number 8 hasn't come through yet.
Are you sure? There's a few missing VIPs today.
Trust me, I have the list of absentees.
But, well, I guess we're full up on crossbow bolts. Oh well. Well, since that's the end of that, since that's the, I lost my train of thought there. Oh yeah, since that's actually where we need to go, I wanted to explore, I decided to go actually check out the hook that the game was nagging me to look at. I mean, even though we didn't need to go there, it did take us along the nice path that actually had some, you know, decent stuff. Albeit crossbow bolt ammo when we don't need it, but there's also someone that would come up and, you know, end up getting stabbed. Yeah, you know what it is. But we're just gonna leave him in this room. I doubt he'll set off any alarms. In fact, I don't even think there is an alarm in this hallway. That's one thing I kind of dislike about this stage and the last stage. They went back to using alarms. I mean, I kind of liked having the radios. It actually made it, you know, have a greater sense of urgency for when you do screw up. But, oh well. Guess you can't have everything, can you? But yeah, let's just progress onward. Don't believe there's anything important through there. At least I couldn't see anything. So, yeah, just ignore that. Head onward. Come on, past me. I'm gonna lend it to you straight. I'm gonna tell it to you straight this time, folks. I move really slow in this one because, well, it doesn't always work out too well. But yeah, let's just take our grappling hook. You know, if it can actually pull me off that ledge. Swing out over and take out our knives, because that's gonna be our key tool for taking out those two guys there. This stage does a lot of stealth areas where there are always guys within eyesight of each other. Oh hey, look, something that we can actually use the lockpick on. And inside we get a medkit. Nice, nice, and some miniguns. Even though I doubt we really need them. I mean, stealth mission. Those are pretty loud. Last I checked. I'd like to see a silenced automatic rifle for some reason. I like to see how long the silencer would actually last. I have a feeling not long enough. Yeah, well. Yeah, and that one guard pretty much just paces in a very tight circle. Then again, most of the guards do that in this game, but this one, I mean, he might as well have been standing still and just looking around. Reminds me of Beyond Good and Evil. How many times did I have to deal with guards doing that? But thankfully, he stands so still that we really can just take him out. And thankfully, our crossbow is loaded with 3 bolts at a time, so we don't have to worry about about the other guard noticing that, oh, we have a dead body now. Yeah, took him out real quick, like 1, 2, 3, nothing fancy. Overall, this stage is very straightforward, and I probably wouldn't worry too much. Though they will tell you later on that that you may end up not to charge ahead. Well, they mean that in a sense. Well, I'll show you what I mean. But first, let's take out these guys. 1, 2. They didn't know what was coming. Though they were both standing awfully close to the alarm there, and did not seem like they wanted to budge. Ah, well. This stage, though, it is, I really like the atmosphere, though. I would have liked it, though, if they actually took the time to, I don't know, it could have been, maybe they could have done one obligatory horror-esque stage. I mean, I don't know how they do it, I mean...
Friends, the voice of our country's elite will soon be heard. Together, we will lay down the foundations of a new America. Proud strong and sound. An America purged of all the parasites that have for too long deprived it of its true grandeur.
Colonel Amos here. Don't move in before my signal. We need as much information as possible before I launch the assault.
Number 1 definitely sounds like a true psychopath. I do have to wonder about who Number 1 really is. Is it actually the guy that they mentioned, or was it... Maybe it's a... You figure if he's number 1, he has to be... Has to... And considering how deep this conspiracy goes, I mean, they have freaking senators in their pocket. They'd have to think that he'd have to be someone really important, like a vice president, or... Hell, maybe he's a presidential candidate. That would set up for an interesting sequel that'll never come. This game didn't sell too well, ladies and gentlemen, and I honestly find that a little disappointing. Then again, it came out like a year after Halo 1, so I don't know, maybe it just didn't work out too well. I honestly don't get Halo myself. I was considering buying Halo 3, but only for the level editor, but because, you know, I'm a sucker for being able to create my own things. You know, I actually really wanted to get into the level editor for Super Meat Boy, but I haven't taken the time to actually watch the tutorials that one of the creators actually put up. But I like being able to create my own content for a game. It just allows me to get more into it. I would love there to be a first-person shooter where I can actually create my own maps, and then, I mean, without the... I mean, yes, I guess I can do that with TF2, but I have trouble working the Source SDK. I would like to be able to do that, you know, where a console FPS, well, because that's probably the only way they get the framework in play, where I could create my own levels, upload them to some local server, and then be able to play those levels. I mean, I guess the architecture's already in place with a computer on PCs. So, and honestly, I work better playing shooters on PCs. So, yeah, oh well. But you know, maybe it's just I need to learn how to actually use these tools. The wiki for the Source SDK isn't that great, in my opinion. Oh yeah, so, you know, let's go. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave these two in the same room. Let's just say that they died, and they were fooling around. And only thing I thought of that joke while I was playing this, but, you know, couldn't really think of anything else to do. I mean, this is a very straightforward level with not much to do. Nothing fancy. Maybe one interesting conversation that we at least got to eavesdrop in on. And it's nice that it was a callback to that guy outside in the beginning of these whole Sanctuary stages. It's gonna be like, yeah. So, come on, let's just make our way through. There's not much. This guy, he is, well, you can pretty much just cross the hallway steadily to get across. Just pay attention to the footsteps, and you should be fine. You should be able to sneak your way past him. Well, sneak your way up to him, and then you swerve and you administer the knife. That's one other thing that I actually kind of wonder about about games in general. It just seems like the idle animations nowadays seem to... It was a nice touch that I would see so much in so many older games, like, you know, Sonic especially. I mean, that was like the first place I remember ever seeing that. It's like... but, you know, you don't see many idle animations anymore, and it's been... Even if it would be nice to see them even in first-person shooters. I mean, how 13 play with Jason Fly just ends up fiddling with his knife. If you leave him standing still, he throws it around in midair. Same with all the guns, make sure it's everything loaded. That's a nice touch, and, you know, honestly, I don't see why they don't do that. It's just maybe they spend too much money.
The maneuvers will be launched tomorrow morning during Operation Total Red. When number 3 gives the signal, the SPADS units supervising the armed forces will impose martial law on the entire country. In less than 24 hours, the new government will be in place. Let us rejoice in advance at the success of our enterprise and duly celebrate the dawn of a new era!
Let's not keep the bouquet waiting, gentlemen.
And this is where I
That's all
end
we
it.
need. Leave the sanctuary.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoy your time. If you like what you saw, stay tuned. There'll be more to come. Until next time, I'm Dave, and remember, do not let go of that cliff that you're hanging on. See you later, ladies and gentlemen.